I sit here. A wave of happiness passes through me. I made it. I am finally on a path that I never thought achievable. For my whole life I never believed in myself. I tore sharp threads through my appearance every time I used to look in the mirror. I wanted to disregard myself. I didn't want to associate with who I truly am. Sadness engulfed me. Submerged in pure emptiness, I detached myself from the small slither of hope that has always carried itself through me. The truth behind my survival. My innate sense of being that I never welcomed. It felt unsafe, unwarranted, to trust any positivity to exist in my life, to trust myself. It became a habit to shut it all out, to turn it down. I couldn't wrap my head around something I never gave myself a chance to understand as a concept. I tried to put all my emotions into a box, something that I could pick up and carry around. And once it was open, it was easily digestible for people to understand. But that didn't make sense either, because as I searched for all the pieces to fit inside this box, I realized something. I discovered my love for living in the moment, how a deep breath of air can completely change how I perceive my reality. And I know, on the surface level, it seems way too simple. Yeah, of course, you take deep breaths of oxygen and it makes you feel better. But it became more than that for me. A connection to who I am in each moment. A way I could turn my goals into reality, and I didn't have to force myself to be anything or anyone else. This whole time the barrier was me. My family had told me my entire life that I had to believe in myself. But I was stubborn to my truth. So I sunk my heels in, I kicked my feet around, I just stayed in my own ways of upset and unhappiness. I only ever focused on who I wanted to be. But then the earth shook me, and I fell over. And so I got back up, and I kept doing the same thing. I kept living in this reality that wasn't true to who I am, and the earth shook me again, and I fell down again. And I couldn't understand why I kept falling down, why things kept getting worse for me. But I realized I never accepted who I am. I didn't think I was deserving of it. I used to always trust that the darkness would have a way of just hanging around. Never did I imagine that there would be any hope, any light. But it was there, hidden behind the heavy weight of my sorrow. It took layers and layers of insecurities and vulnerabilities for it to shine through. For most of my life, chaos was a part of the fluidity of my existence. Toxin running through my veins, eating away at my flesh. Now I've realized that it is inharmonious with my heart, the core of who I am. So I let light in, to let myself bloom in a perishable world. So take a deep breath in. Feel the silence of who you are. Let it be. You might be surprised with what evolves.